Hey everybody, it's Mr. Jake here from the Pittsburgh Y with another Y with Families challenge today. So we're going to switch gears a little bit from the egg drop yesterday, and we are going to do something nice for somebody else, very specifically. So I thought that today we would do something that you probably have not done in a while. If you've even ever done it, we are going to write a letter to somebody important to us. Okay? So the first thing that I want you to think about is, who are you going to write your letter to? Who's important to you? So there's probably lots of people. So it could be somebody in the house with you right now. It could be somebody who lives far away. I guess if you want to be like really silly, you can write a letter to your pet, right? Like if you have a dog or a lizard, they probably can't read it, right? But it might be nice just to do that, just to have some fun. But yeah, the first step is I want you to think of somebody important to you that you would like to write a letter to. And what I want you to realize is that I know that we can send texts or even do video calls or send emails, but we probably do that every day. And there's something really special about getting a letter that someone took the time to sit down and write just for you. So that's what we're gonna do for somebody else today. So for me, the person I'm gonna pick is my best friend named Aaron. Aaron lives in Philadelphia, so I don't get to see him very often, so I would really like to send him a letter. So, dear Aaron, and then we put a comma there, okay? And by the way, if you don't have what you need for this, go ahead and pause the video and come back. All you need is a pen or a pencil, something to write with, a piece of paper, and something to write on. I'm using my folder. So if you don't have those things, pause, go ahead and grab them, come on back. You got all your stuff? Okay, awesome. Have you picked who you're gonna write your letter to? It can be anybody. You picked? Okay, great. So the first thing that we're gonna start off with in our letter is we're gonna tell this person what made us think of them. Why did you think of this person? Why did you pick them to write a letter to? So for me, my friend Aaron is gonna be getting married soon. And I was thinking ahead to the wedding and how excited I am to see him and all of our friends and have everybody together. So I'm gonna write that in my letter. So dear Aaron, I thought of you because I'm really looking forward to the wedding and am so excited to see you and all of our friends. All right, so that's my first line about why I thought of Aaron, my best friend, in the first place. So you can write more than that if you need a little more time before we move on to the next part of our letter, because you have lots more to say. That's fine. You can pause the video, and once you're done, press play, and we'll keep going. The second thing we're gonna put in our letter is we're gonna tell them something that's new with us. What's up since the last time that you talked with this person? So for me, I'm gonna tell them all about how I've been working from home and I'm making these videos, and I've come up with some really awesome ideas to make this upcoming year's summer camp the best summer ever. So I'm gonna start writing that. I want you to think about what's new with you. What does this person not know about you? What's happened since the last time you talked to them? And write that in your letter. So mine is, I've been working from home, coming up with ideas to make summer camp the best summer ever. And then I'm gonna tell them a little bit more. So I've picked out my field trips for everybody, and I've come up with a new and improved activity schedule. I'm pretty proud of those things that I did over the past 2 days. So I want Aaron to know. We talk about work all the time when I do get to talk to him, because he's a teacher too, so he does similar sorts of things. All right. You got all your stuff out that you want to tell them that's new with you? You probably have a lot. Probably have a lot. Well, if not, that's okay. Pause the video, and I'm going to move on to my next part of the letter, but you can catch up and unpause the video whenever you're ready. So the next thing I want us to put in here is I want us to tell our friend or whoever we're writing this letter to why they're important to us. That's a really nice thing for somebody to hear. So I want you to think about the person who you're writing this letter to. Why are they important to you? So for me, I've known Aaron since I was in first grade. That's a pretty long time since I was in first grade. It's like 25 years or something like that. So I always remember Aaron as being incredibly kind. He is just such a kind person. So I'm going to tell him that in my letter. I'm going to say, thank you for being such a great example of a kind person. Whenever I am in a situation where it is difficult for me to be kind, or I'm not sure how to be kind, I can always think about what would you do and what would you say, and it helps me be a more kind person. Okay, so that's mine. That's a pretty good sentence. I'm happy with that one. I don't think I need to write any more, but if you've got more things that you want to tell the person you're writing your letter to about why they're important, you can totally do that. Go ahead and pause. Once you're done, press play, and we'll keep going. All right, two more things, and then an optional super secret third thing if you're feeling extra into it today. So our last thing is I want to share a funny memory or a silly joke or just something goofy with the person that we're writing this letter to. So I am going to ask him a funny question because somebody asked me today, Jake, if you were an animal, what type of animal would you be? And I'm not really sure what kind of animal I would be. Growing up, everybody always called me Jake the Snake because it rhymes, but I'm not sure if I would be a snake. I feel like I might be a dog, but I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna say, somebody today asked me what type of animal I would be if I was an animal. And I wasn't quite sure what to tell them. What do you think? What type of animal would I be? Question mark. So if you were listening earlier, you remember that there were two more things to do. So I'm done asking my silly question. For you, it could be telling a funny joke or sharing a memory that you have with that person that's funny. But for me, I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna move on to the last part, which is my signature. So if you're anything like me when I was a kid, I saw professional baseball players and all these famous people with all these awesome signatures, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna be famous one day. I really need an awesome signature too. So I sat in my room for a couple days when I was like 7 years old, and I practiced my signature. So I've got mine down pretty well at this point, and I'll fold it up and I'll show you what mine looks like. What's funny is a lot of adult signatures at this point probably just look like scribbles. That's mine. And you should work on your signature because when you're famous someday, it's going to be worth a lot. People are really going to want your signature. But if you're like me and your signature is kind of just a big scribble, why don't you just write your name next to it too so they know, nice and neat, who actually sent it to them. Alrighty. So my name is written, and then the last super secret part that will take your letter to the next level, you can level it up, is how about a drawing or a design? A lot of people like to put hearts around their letter. Some people will do a decorative border, or you could draw a picture of you doing maybe what you told this person was new in your life, or maybe you can draw a picture of the two of you from that funny memory that you shared that you both have. And then once you're done that, you can take your paper, fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then you can go ahead and ask an adult for an envelope. So if you're sending this in the mail, you can ask your adult to send it, to put it in an envelope, to put a stamp on it, and then you can drop it off the mailbox, and then it'll go to the person that you're sending it to, and they'll be able to read it, and that'll make them feel really good. Or if you're giving it to somebody in your house right now, you can just go hand it to them, but what I like to do is hide it somewhere. So maybe hide it under their pillow, or you could sneak it into their shoe, or you could also put it behind their favorite cereal box. So tomorrow when they go to get their favorite cereal and they pick up the box, there's a letter behind it. And what a nice little surprise. So thank you very much for spending this time with me today. I'm still working from home, and I'm sure that you're home from school. So it's really nice for us to be able to do things together. And this time I'm very glad that we could do something nice for somebody else. So thank you for this My Why with Families challenge, and I'll see you next time.